Michael Froman, former U.S. Trade Representative for President Obama. He's now president of the Council on Foreign Relations. Michael, I think you could probably describe some of the backing and forthing, in the legal system about these tariffs as the American sausage, right? What kind of position does this all being aired publicly and, the fact that we're going through it, what kind of position does it leave the U.S. in on the world stage?
Well, I think the back and forth certainly adds to the uncertainty around what tariffs countries are likely to face. The Congress, under the Constitution, has the authority to set tariffs, and then they delegated that authority to the executive through a variety of laws. And the question was whether the particular law that President Trump used for the reciprocal tariffs can be used to impose the tariffs that he wanted to impose. The lower court said no. Now that has been stayed. That'll be litigated at the federal court, Circuit of Appeals, and maybe potentially at the Supreme Court. In the meantime, countries will be watching to see, will they face 10% tariffs, much higher tariffs, or will they go back to something else? The president has other authorities, by the way. Some of the tariffs will stay in place on steel and aluminum and autos. He's got other authority that he can use to impose tariffs if he chooses to do so, but they require more time and more process. And he was taking a shortcut by trying to use the emergency powers, and that's what's being litigated now.
A lot of folks on Capitol Hill, both sides of the aisle actually, for different reasons, saying all of this sort of gives our adversaries, other countries, China in particular, some leverage or an upper hand because they can kind of hold their cards a little bit closer to the chest while all this stuff plays out. What do you say to that?
Well, I think for a number of countries, they might hold back from reaching an agreement with the U.S. until they understand exactly what the tariffs they're likely to face are if they don't reach an agreement. I'm not sure that actually applies to China because the administration has a number of outstanding investigations against China. They're using the other authorities that the president has, and they know that over time, one way or the other, this president's going to impose a significantly higher tariff on Chinese imports. And so I'm not sure it's a disincentive for them to have the conversation. I think right now the question is, what is it do we want from China? Do we want them to change their economy, move away from export-led growth, or do we want them just to buy more of our exports, our soybeans, our liquefied natural gas, our other products? And that's the negotiation that they're waiting to get into.
Well, if you were advising President Trump like you advised President Obama, what would you tell him is the best of those options?
We've had 20 years of trying to change China's economic policy and strategy. And I think, frankly, with some success, but only limited success. On the other hand, over the long run, we don't want them just to buy more of our agricultural products, as important as that is. We want them to fundamentally stop pursuing the kind of predatory policies that they have through excess capacity and dumping their products all over the world. And that requires a different kind of discussion with them, a different kind of negotiation than just a purchase and sale agreement, which is what the phase one deal was during the first Trump administration.
All right, Ambassador Froman, thank you for taking time with us today.
Thanks for having me.
You bet.
Hey, Sean Hannity here. Hey, click here to subscribe to Fox News YouTube page and catch our hottest interviews and most compelling analysis. You will not get it anywhere else.